Good morning. Time to make the coffee. Well, today, I gotta clean my coffee pot. Oh, but it did make coffee. Well, today is going to be a high of 56, which is nice, but it's rainy, but it's not windy and cold, so it's kind of a warmish day. So I may go see my mom today. I don't know. It would be probably a good day to go out. It's just a light rain. It's not raining real hard. So that might be a good choice to do today. Although I do have a lot of things to do here at home because it's my goal to get the house in order by Christmas. And there's not a ton of things to do, but there's still a lot of things to do. Just cleaning up and spiffing the place up a little bit. I'm not going to go crazy with the Christmas decorations this year because, I don't know, it's just me and the grandson and it's not necessary. I used to really go all out with Christmas decorations, but I don't do that anymore. It's too much work and too much stuff to put away. So I'm downsizing Christmas stuff. Cheers. And then I'll be like a lot of older folks and probably just have the same old, same old. I don't buy much in the way of Christmas decorations anymore. I like what I have, but I have too much of some things. I usually decorate my kitchen chandelier and my dining room chandelier. I like to decorate with mini lights, and those I have up all year anyway. So, but I think that makes the place festive. That and candles and some other few things. I used to decorate the whole outside of my house with swags and things. So I don't know how much of that stuff I'm going to keep. I'll keep some, but some is going to go to the donation, and I really should get to it before, the Christmas season, so that if people are looking for Christmas decorations, they can buy them at the thrift store. But I don't know if I'll get to that or not. It's not really a priority. So lots of ideas. I started watercolor painting yesterday, and really it's just, it's just some exercises. It's not really a painting. I need to learn the brush strokes, how much water to use, how wet to make the brush, how wet to make the paint. Watercolor is complicated, but it's something I've been wanting to do for a long time, and it's something that doesn't require a lot of space to paint, so I can paint in the living room chair while I watch television, or at the kitchen table if I want, and it's real easy to clean up, and that's what I like about it. So, all right, well, I'm going to go finish my coffee and think about what I really want to do today, and I'll be back. Well, I'm going to work a little bit on my bathroom today. So I have these mini blinds that I want to get rid of. I'm tired of cleaning them. I got this curtain new on Amazon, and it provides enough privacy because I'm up high and there's the woods back there, and I'm short, so nobody can see anything that they shouldn't be seeing. So I want to take this down, and I want to put up some, I bought some beads, and I want to hang up this So we'll see what it looks like when I'm done. So right now I'm going to leave the top of the window open. I don't need privacy up there. And if I did, I could always put some sort of a privacy film on there, but I want to let enough light in here. So that's what I'm going to work on a little bit today. All right, well, got a little step ladder here. I don't like to go on ladders anymore, but sometimes you have to. So I'm hoping I can get this out of here without too much difficulty. That would be nice. Oh, that wasn't too bad at all. So I'm going to donate these. I donated a bunch of others. And get rid of those. I've had these hanging up for 20-some years, 23 years. So I just want a little something different. So that's what I'm doing. Okay, now here are the crystals that I bought, and they're all different. I don't know which ones I'm going to use yet. And here's one. It's the moon. They're all kind of a little bit different. And I may have to shorten these a little bit because I don't want them really hanging down over the curtain. So I'm going to go ahead, and what I'm going to do, I have these spring tension rods, and I got these on Amazon a while back, and I just haven't used them yet. So I got to figure out, there's 2 of them in here, and I got to read the directions and see how they go together. So, no, I'll be back. All right, well, here's some of the crystals, and they're really pretty. I think I'll have to shorten them a little bit, but the little rings up here are a little too small to fit over the curtain rod. So I think what I'm going to do is just zip tie these. But there's that one, and that one. It's sort of the stars and the moon theme and the sun, and I always like that. It's a little bit of a boho vibe. So there's 6 of them all together. So I'll probably hang 3 on one side and 3 on the other side, and then the little faux plant in the middle. So I'm not going to bore you with showing me hanging this stuff, so I'll be back once I get it all hung up. Okay, that was a project. You wouldn't think it would be, but it was. Sometimes being short is not a good thing. Anyway, I used to be taller. Now I'm 2 inches shorter. So I'm barely 5 feet. So anyway, I've got all the crystals hung up, and the little faux plant, that's hung up. And the curtains, it looks good. I like it. So let me show you what I did. All right, it's a little hard to see because it's on a window and the backlighting isn't too good, but that's what it looks like. And it's just how I envisioned it. So I like it. I think it looks good. And it goes with this boho valance. So I still have some other things to do in here. I left the brackets up here that were for the mini blind, because that way the rod could sit on top of it. Even though it was a tension rod, it gives it a little extra boost. So yeah, I like it. And I like this little curtain because it's got the openings there. And if I want to open it, it's real easy to open. So that was a good thing. So okay, there it is, my project for the day. All right, time to hang out in my chair. I've been actually doing that a lot today, but I did feel a little better, so I did get that bathroom window taken care of, which is good, because sometimes when you get projects, they kind of sit around for a while, and then it turns into clutter. So I don't want clutter, even though I have clutter. Everybody has some clutter. If not, if you don't, yay for you. But I have clutter. But I have kind of organized clutter for the main part. But what I do a lot of times when I get an idea, it's like, oh, okay, I have this idea and I'm going to order this so that I can do my idea. And that's great, but I'm not one to right away get into the project. So I have to think about it for a while and come up with a strategy, and I really should just do it, kind of learn as I go. That's what they say you should do, especially if you're a procrastinator. And they say that actually a lot of procrastination comes from the fact that some people are perfectionists, and if they can't figure out how to do it so it's perfect, then they don't even get started. It's like a big block, rather than saying, okay, I'm going to learn and educate myself. It's like, all right, I should be able to do this 100% and have it turn out perfectly, which is, realistically, it is ridiculous. But, sometimes that's how your brain works. So I started watching a new show. It's on HBO, and it's called The Pit. And it's about this ER in, I think it's in Pittsburgh. Well, it's in Pennsylvania anyway, somewhere. And it's about a doctor, well, several doctors actually. And you have the doctor and the residents, and then you have the students, and they have all these huge emergencies, and the emergency room is just jam-packed with people to the point where they're waiting for hours and hours and hours. So it's a pretty good show. So if you have HBO, check it out. I like it. I don't know, sometimes it takes me several tries getting started on a show before I actually find one that I like. And then I usually watch 3 or 4 episodes at night before I fall asleep. So I did not go to my mom's today. I figured out I was going to take her to Aldi's. But then I figured since today's Tuesday, Aldi's is going to be wiped out because they don't really restock until Wednesday. So I think maybe I'll take her tomorrow, because after that we have a cold spell coming in and we're expecting snow. So much to my dismay, but it'll be a good excuse to not have to go out. So I've still been doing my journaling, and even if I don't have a lot to write, in the book, The Artist's Way, it's by Julia Cameron, a very good book. It's about, actually, she was a writer, I think, and she had a artistic block and just kind of things to do to get over that. Doing a lot of things by yourself and not, relying on other people always to go with you to do things, and just kind of expanding your horizons. And she said that, she called them morning pages, and it's a form of journaling. And you're supposed to do it right when you get up. Well, I gotta make myself a coffee. I make a little tiny, my intro to my YouTube channel. So by the time I'm ready, it's not first thing in the morning. And sometimes I write them at night, and they turn into grateful pages of why I'm grateful and what happened during the day, of why I have gratitude for that thing. So, and then she recommends writing like a page and a half or 2 pages every day. Well, sometimes there's just not that much going on in your head that you can fill up the papers, and then you kind of sit there and think about things, but it's supposed to be spontaneous, that it's supposed to just flow, but it doesn't always flow. So I find that when I write my journal, I actually call it my journal now. Even if I only write a few sentences every day, that's okay. Maybe a short paragraph, a few sentences of things I'm grateful for, or something that happened during the day that had an impact on me. So, yeah, I enjoy that. And I can do that while I drink my coffee in the morning, or if I have an afternoon cup of coffee. So, like I said, I've been trying to get into watercoloring, and I think I'm going to like it. So I've been watching a bunch of YouTube tutorials from different artists, because you learn so much by watching different artists and the things they do. And I'd like to get into spontaneous painting, where you just kind of make random things on watercolor paper. You just let the paint sort of dictate what your painting is going to be. And so I think that's interesting. And another thing that I would want to do is like the watercolor doodling, because I think that would be very relaxing. And I think maybe, hope, fingers crossed, that might enable me to stop fussing so much, because even though I like to paint, I don't like the fussing that I do with it, because it's more stressful than relaxing, and that's not what I want. I want something to relax. I don't want something that's going to cause me stress, and it's like, I don't know. It's kind of hard to get over that, but this painting that I want to try, it's very loose. You make just brush strokes, and you let the watercolors run together and mingle together. You add less water and more water, and you just see what happens. So that's what I want to try. And I did this little book, and I have a couple of these with different things. So I started this yesterday, and ta-da! And over here it tells you how to paint it and what to do. And then this is the practice sheet. But I like this because you can do it on your lap, and it's very simple. The drawing was already there. So I have this candy cane. So I'm going to just progressively go through this. And then, you can even use this when you're done. You can use this as a journal, just kind of write around. So I might save these and journal in these. I usually just journal in a notebook, just a plain old Dollar Tree notebook that I write my notes in. So, always thinking of ways to entertain myself. So I guess Outlander is going to be having its last season, its finale, I think coming in March, April, well, I forget the month, in the spring of 2026. But it sounds like there's going to be a couple of spin-offs too. I watched Blood of My Blood, and I thought that was pretty good. It wasn't as good as Outlander, but it was good. And that storyline, of course, will continue. So, and then they're coming out with another Poldark sometime coming up soon too. And that was a good series too. I really enjoyed Poldark too. So I really watch a lot of TV anymore. I keep chastising myself, saying, oh, you should do something else. That's why I thought the watercolor would be good, because at least I was doing something else. So, and I've been sorting through papers, a pile of papers this big, just random stuff that you save for why, I don't know. But I'm looking through those. It's like you save them for a while and then you end up throwing them away anyway. So I've even been just thinking of just chuck it all. When it comes in, just chuck it, because you hardly ever look at a paper again. Although when my mom gave her car to the kids, my kids, actually to one of my grandkids, and we had to find the title and all that. So, but that sort of stuff, of course, I wouldn't throw away. But it was quite a project just finding that. But we did. She always was very organized with her paperwork and everything, but now it's like she's kind of lost that ability. So, and I want to figure out some sort of a system before I lose my ability to do that. And I don't want, papers up to the ceiling. So anyway, let's see what else. I'm thinking about, I'm going to go to my ex-husband's house for Thanksgiving, and I'm taking a little nut turkey roast and some nut turkey gravy. So, and I'll probably end up making a little bit of stuffing too, because they probably will make their stuffing with their turkey, I'm assuming. And then maybe I'll take, there's a recipe that was on Facebook, and it was for a cobbler, where you take a can of pie filling, whatever you want, and you put that into the pan. It's like a dump cake. And then on top of that, you put snickerdoodle cookie mix, not cake mix, snickerdoodle cookie mix. And then you sprinkle that with, I guess it comes with a packet of cinnamon sugar. And you do the butter, I don't know how many pats, a stick of butter. And then you sprinkle the cinnamon sugar on top of that. And then you bake it. So I thought that would be really easy to make, and also easy to carry over there. So I always like to take something when I'm going to somebody's house. I always like to take a dish to share. And then I thought I would get some of those little rye party things and put cream cheese with what is it, ranch dressing, dry ranch dressing. You mix that together, and then you put a cucumber slice on top and top it with some dill. Delicious. So I thought I would make some of that too as an appetizer. But they always have a lot of food. If I don't get around to that, it'll be all right. So anyway, it was all rainy day today, and I did not go outside at all. But I'm very happy that I got my bathroom window done. Now I have to do the switch over the apothecary little drawers that I bought up there, put my makeup in those, and what else? And then that'll be that for the bathroom. I'm not repainting, I'm not doing all that. It hasn't been that long since I had that bathroom painted. Well, it's been a while, but it's still perfectly fine. And in my house, I really don't redo things that, I mean, I've had the same paint in my living room for 23 years. My kitchen's been repainted. Most of the house has been repainted, but not my living room. Not my bedroom either. That could use some paint. But, you know, then you got to get to the point where you have to pull everything out to the center of the room. And usually, you know, you have large pieces of furniture in there, at least I do. And it's just a pain. That room actually could use some new flooring, but that would be a massive undertaking. So I understand why, you know, sometimes it's like walking into a museum with older people. You get to the point where it's like, good enough. It's just fine. I can live with it until the end of my days. So that's kind of the point I'm at this point in my life. But there are some things I want to change up. But they're not huge projects. So, all right, my friends, that's all I have for you today. I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. God bless you, and I'll see you next time.
If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. It helps my channel grow. Don't forget to share, and thanks for watching.